The new Type Soul update is here, and it's actually pretty big. They reworked the trade UI, they reworked the hotbar, and they added the new Snow Shikai and Butterfly Volt. As you can see, the hotbar is different font, a little different. It's more square, but at least your cooldown now is showed in number form instead of being a bar that moves down. That was kind of confusing to understand. They also reworked the trading UI, so now you can hopefully trade more items. Correct me if I'm wrong. I haven't tested it yet, but you'll probably correct me in the comments below. Anyways, here's the codes. Okay, so first code we have up first is sorry for the shutdowns. Wow, okay. A locked black elixir, a bunch of rerolls. Love to see it. Next one. Helped Durardo Mattel. Insanity. It's Type Soul Friday. Pretty big codes overall. Anyways, let's get into the patch notes. There's a new 9 Hagyoku fragment skill for Soul Reapers named Ido Kaso, which will help, I think, reduce the gap between Arankar, Quincy having their Hagyoku moves, but Soul Reapers having that, which I think is a great one. Trade system reworked and a new trading UI as well. I'm assuming this got rid of the cap of 4 items, so if that's true, that is a huge new change for trading. There's a new toolbar UI. I'll show it later, or if I already showed it, you've seen it. They changed the font, they reworked it a little bit, but they also show the cooldowns with numbers instead of it just being a bar that slowly moves down, which I think is good. Xbox controllers have been fully reworked. Hopefully that's better for you Xbox players. I can't really tell the difference because I don't play Xbox, so yeah. Quality of life. Added a notice on the timer and main menu for the weekend boosts. That's been out for a while, but I guess they're just putting it here. Having partial core will now show all 3 partial moves. Ooh, so that's awesome, because before you couldn't tell if your moves were off cooldown unless you had full res. So for my people out there who don't want to do their progression yet, or if they just want to run a build for ranked, that's helpful. Fix Karen parrying, not charging it till 8 parries, so when it's supposed to be fine, and give it a visual indicator like Great Lance. That's huge, because Karen, before when you used it, when you got to 5 parries, it would do the enhanced crit, but before you couldn't tell, but now you can, which is huge. Fixed visual glitch where you couldn't see combat mode. That's good. Fixed not being able to jump left side to right side in the hotbar. Fixed Shinigami's rolling duplicate weapons. That'll help to reduce the amount of weaponry rolls you do, I guess. Added accept button to the codes. Why? They just added a whole new feature when you just want to redeem a code quickly. That's whatever, I guess. Alright, brand new balance changes. Charged by section reduced true stun slightly, so you won't be ragdolled as long, I assume. Wizard and Let's, delayed crossing, reduced true stun. That's a good change, because it was basically true into Rising Swallow. Bisection and this were true. Charge delay, removed ragdoll, reduced true stun. Charge fast fang, reduced lunge distance, makes it the same as... Oh man, that's a huge nerf. His charge was like, you could go super far. Spectre Step increased damage slightly. Unnecessary change in my opinion, but I guess they're buffing speed. Grand Raikoho reduced ragdoll, can't do true combos anymore, I assume. Shinten Raiho increased posture damage slightly. They must have changed it to not guard break anymore. Charge Bala made it not proc flash tension, increased cooldown 360 blockable. That's good. Reduced wind up. Bala. Oh, I thought that was just Bala. Thank God it's Bala Barrage. Reduced wind up. That's fine because you stood still. Even though you were hyper armored, you're just free to get any move on you. Sarah Scourge make it knock the enemy back after the move ends. It's good. You can't do Bala Burner or Sero. It's the missile move where you go hyper armor. I forgot the name of it. Verse second hit is uncounterable. Ooh, that's huge, but you probably can still parry it. Licked Wind, increased startup, increased damage in return. What? No way they buffed that move. I think that's a buff overall. Iron T reduced end lag. The 3 Iron users are probably happy. Same for Fear users, reduced end lag slightly. Both these Iron and Fear actually aren't even that bad. I made videos on them. They've got some like true combos, like the G move on Iron is true into Rising. T move on Fear is true into Rising. Light X reduced stun on the TP hit. Oh, thank God. Light Z made the projectiles cancel on parry. That's been out. I think they shadow buff Light, but they're finally addressing how overpowered it was. Light Z made it 360 blockable. Good. Stark C 360 blockable. Amazing change. But he may see reduced posture damage, reduce the pull range. I still think it needs to just not remove their move entirely. Whatever, it's fine. At least they did something about it. Susanbachi X increased startup. You won't be able to do true combos with that anymore. Berserk X increased startup. Yeah, I'm all for that. Berserk nerfs. Berserk C hyper armor starts while lunging now. Okay, because I think it was like frame 1 or like very close to being frame 1. That's another nerf to Berserk. Shadow Z is cancelable now. Okay, that's good. Because before if they did their Z move and then you hit them, they would still go through. Poison Z increased wind up, Poison X increased wind up slightly, tone down the effects. Zweiss reduced pull-in range for forward crit. Okay. Another Zweiss nerf, unfortunately. Great Lance reduced crit requirement from 5 to 3. Okay, that's an overall buff. Great Lance is overshadowed by Karen, I think. Spalton reduced crit and lag slightly on miss. Ellipson reduced true stun on crit. Ellipson's actually like a sleeper weapon. It's pretty good, but I still think Ulk is better. Shinso weapon fixed the stun on guard break. Thunder Shunko removed cripple, reduced stun on neutral crit. Quincy Hakata universal reduced posture damage. I'll have to test that, but I hope it's like 50% posture, because it was kind of stupid. Any move before, it did like 9% posture, so if you just threw like a Fear G move at them and they block it, they would just get guard broken. Any move, really. Rancor Hakata universal increased startup, that's good. Still has hyper armor though. All the universals have hyper armor. SR Yamato removed knockback if it guard breaks. That's actually a huge buff to Yamato for Soul Reapers. What? They can combo extend now easily. Rancor Yamato remove knockback if it guard breaks. Made the crit completely cancelable if it's parried. So Rancor and SR got buffs. Quincy Yamato got... I think this has been in the game, but they nerfed it. So Quincy Yamato in the gutter right now. Still pretty good, actually. Not in the gutter. Kang stun reduced, Kang dash speed reduced, Flower Passage cancels when countered, so you can't just hit right through a counter. Shinso Z doesn't guard break anymore, Shinso X stun time slightly decreased, Shinso C ragdoll reduced slightly. Fast Fang posture damage increased slightly. Yeah, they're buffing speed. They want to make it on par with Kendo, I assume. Floating Strike's posture increased slightly, so maybe you'll guard break more often. Decreased ray usage. Ooh, these are huge buffs. Speed is back. Azor Yamato crit and lag decreased. Reduced speed on Karate first M1. Increased wind up on Yangtze, but increased stun. I think they said these earlier. Yeah, they increased the wind up on a lot of the moves for duality. And in return, you get more damage. Increased stun and increased hitbox slightly on Yin Z. Increased damage, stun, and hitbox on Yin X. Increased max hit count on C. Yeah, I've said this before, I'm pretty sure. Fast cover dodge variant dodges now have a lower priority than counters. Okay, so counters will go first instead of your dodge, which I think that's actually a good kit change, because sometimes your dodge would be wasted on like a move you didn't want it to be on. Delayed crossing damage reduced 30-20, reduced damage posture gained from Kendo investment. Okay, this might be a nerf to the meta accessories being able to block like bisection, Sonata Flow, overpowering slash, so I think that's what they're aiming to do here. Crescent Relief only halves your posture on use now instead of emptying it. Oh, Crescent, they're trying to gut you, my beloved. Delayed crossing, true stun. Yeah, they said this earlier, I swear. Pressure shift CD increased 25 to 32. Okay, that's actually a huge nerf. That's like a 30% increase almost. Crescent Relief now only reduces posture if it actually goes off. Oh, okay, so another nerf to Crescent. You can't just press it. Blowing Petals, velocity reduced a bit. Mushin, overall speed up. Hitbox increase, final hit posture damage increase. I've never seen this move. I don't know what that's for. But here's the 3 codes. I probably showed it at the beginning, but here's it again.